create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate me, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing, I'll regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna take me, you can try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate me, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the most interactive wrestling stream on the interweb. Welcome to Big Ohm Live here on Big Ohm Pre-WPW Pro Wrestling. That's what that stands for. Anyway, in case you were wondering, AEW Dynamite, March 11th, 2026 is in the books. And it was, in my view, one of the best Dynamites of the year. I'll discuss why. We'll get into some other stories out there in the wrestling universe. We're also going to talk about AEW Revolution. We're also going to talk about the big news of the week and the fallout of it. More masked men on Raw. We got to get into that. Y'all know I got to pop off about those masked men. So be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you want to guarantee your questions read out on the air, be sure to leave a super chat. We got a lot to get into today. Michelle is in the chat. What's up, Michelle? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're safe, my friend. Eric Douglas shooting away with the questions. Two-part question about the main event. One, can you get away with taking the belt from MJF? Two, does MJF Fletcher need the world title? Can you get away with it? Certainly. I think when you have a star the caliber of Hangman Adam Page, you can certainly get away with it. And I think that only builds the future anticipation for whatever their next match would be. Two, does Fletcher MJF need the belt? No. I don't think... I'm always going to say that if you have a feud that is hot enough, you don't need the belt. Regardless of who's in it, what's going on. Would you have been the world champion, or would you have been the world champion going into All In MJF, or who would you have be the world champion? I can't read. It's 10 o'clock at night and I still can't read. Omer, who would you have been a world champion going into All In Wembley, MJF or Kyle Fletcher? I would have Kyle Fletcher. I think MJF is probably the odds-on favorite to be the champion going into All In, but for me, I think Fletcher going in as the champion, that storyline potentially with a returning Will Ospreay and Fletcher being able to say, I one-upped you. You're supposed to be my teacher. I'm supposed to be the pupil. Forget that. I one-upped you. I won the AEW World Championship before you did. And no matter how great you are, no matter what you say, forget it. I did that. Me. Not you, not anyone else. Me. And he can always hold that over Will Ospreay's head. You want to talk to me? We have to play a game of Shell, which is me. Game of Shell. I have no idea, bro. I don't even know what that is. I'm not even going to pretend. You know what I do know, though? Professional wrestling. I do know professional wrestling. That much I do know. What a Dynamite it was. What an AEW Dynamite it was. I mean, the ability for, like, AEW to put on a random Wednesday, like, bell to bell, what I believe to be the best in-ring show I've seen, TV show I've seen all year is unfathomable. Like, you saw Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey, which I genuinely believe is going to be in not just TV match of the year contention, like match of the year contention. And this is coming off of an insane 8-man tag a couple of weeks ago. This is coming off of, like, another great match between Tommaso Ciampa and Kyle Fletcher. Is coming off of a series of great matches at Grand Slam Australia. It is like, and somehow these guys went up to all of that. Like, if you have not seen Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey, you are doing yourself a disservice. Go watch it. Mike Bailey obviously didn't, spoiler alert, Mike Bailey obviously did not win, but it was, like, just a spectacular occurrence. You know, they faced off in the Continental Classic a couple of months ago, and that was the big one where, like, Mike Bailey beat Kyle Fletcher, and it was a huge upset at the time. So I think personally, like, this was way better than that match even. Do you think it was better than Swerve Kenny? Yes. And I thought Swerve Kenny was excellent. I thought this was, maybe, like, depends. If you ask me in a couple of weeks, I might feel differently. But right now, I would put this above Swerve Kenny. But that's just me. And the fact that in the same night you had Kyle Fletcher and MJF go toe-to-toe and in that backstage segment, and, like, they're teasing that feud now. It shows you that they are going all in on this idea that you have a world champion. He's going to naturally have contenders from all different walks. Doesn't matter if they're babyfaces, heels. You can walk and chew bubblegum, tell multiple stories at one time. And that's what AEW is doing, and I think it's fantastic. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, just had to change the title of this. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. All right. What do we got? No knock on Jey Uso and Gunther, but the upgrade to the world title picture for this year's WrestleMania is quite jarring. You can't help but notice. Yeah. I think it's, quite frankly, because it doesn't involve Jey Uso. And you have, like, two guys in Punk and Roman who are just bona fide stars. That's going to happen. That's going to be the case. It's going to be the case. Almost certainly, all the time, it's going to be the case. Anyway, you know what's always going to be the case, though? Before we talk about Dynamite a little bit more, I do want to play this. So there were a series of clips from one American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, that have been making the rounds, that people have been playing online, that people have been referencing, that we are going to take a look and a listen to, because oh boy, did Cody have some bangers, to say the least. My boy Cody, I love him. I will always love Cody. This will be a Cody Stan podcast. But by God, Cody said some insane stuff. But before, we got to give a few quick shout-outs to those in attendance tonight at AEW Dynamite. One of those being Uncle Dave himself, big old tuna Dave Meltzer. Look at him. Look how happy he's like. Me and my look how longingly and lovingly he is looking at Kazuchika Okada. He's like, oh man, 7 stars already. Let's go. 8. He's about to break the freaking scale. But Dave Meltzer, of course, they were in San Jose, which is right in the neighborhood where Dave Meltzer is from, right in the neighborhood where he hosts his show. So shout out to Uncle Dave, who made a cameo appearance. He finally, can we get Tony? Let's get an all-elite graphic for Uncle Dave. Let's get an all-elite graphic for big old tuna Dave Meltzer over here. But shout out to Dave Meltzer. We also had a Claudio Pussy attack. That's what they're calling it. He did it again, apparently. Craziness. This is sad news. Tony Khan announcing Penelope Ford is going to be out for a while, it looks like.
Megan Bain has said she wants Lena Cross to fulfill the contractual commitments right now, temporarily, of Penelope Ford, because Penelope Ford, it looks like, unfortunately, will be out with an injury, maybe for weeks, but possibly even up to months. So, given Penelope did not get cleared here to compete by our AEW, Megan Bain.
All right, so it looks like Megan Bain and Cross are going to be the tag team moving forward. That makes a lot of sense. It probably should have been them moving forward regardless. I mean, obviously not wishing anything bad on Penelope Ford, but I mean, it just makes more sense this way. I'm going back and forth on who should win, MJF and Hangman. I think listen, if you're going to put this stipulation out there, I don't think you do it if you're not prepared to go all in, pardon the pun. I think, look, take my fandom out of it, prediction, spoiler, whatever. I think MJF is probably going to walk out as the champion, and the story for the rest of Adam Page's AEW career is going to be what's next, right? And there is a path he could take, which is the Cody Rhodes path, which I think was an abject failure in AEW. Have him have his own universe, have him do his own stuff. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be indifferent. But there is another path, and that is Hangman forging his own way. Hangman, the best thing about him as a character is he's a guy that the best stories with him are when he is lost as a character. Think about back in 2020 into 2021, arguably the best story in modern wrestling history, the rise of Hangman Page, the anxious millennial cowboy. He was lost. He lost his friends. He lost himself in depression and drinking, and eventually found his way back to the AEW World Championship picture. Then also think about Hangman Page when he was forced to go to a dark place because of the actions of Swerve Strickland. He was lost. He lost his way, and eventually he found his way, and he found his way back to the AEW World title picture. This time it's going to be different because he's not going to have that AEW World title picture to go back to. That's not going to be his guiding light anymore as it has been in the past. So what is it going to be? The good thing about the person and the character they're doing it with is that this is probably the one guy who could actually get away with this, and they never have to have him challenge for the AEW title ever again. But it is still a tall task. I think conventional wisdom would tell you that you probably shouldn't take arguably one of, if not your biggest babyface, out of contention for the title forever. AEW has learned that lesson the hard way. But I am torn with this idea of, what is, like they asked at the press conference today, what is Hangman Page without the AEW title? What does that mean? Where does he go? What is he chasing? Why is he there? These are going to be questions that if Hangman Page, the character, loses on Sunday, we're going to have to answer. And if you're Tony Khan, I think this actually gives you a chance to potentially establish that 1B championship that you tried to establish with the unified title, but then you failed because you just gave up on it for whatever freaking reason you did. But that could be the purpose. You could have Hangman maybe be like, a bit of the Undertaker of AEW. And, he's not necessarily going to be the guy that's going to be in, the world title picture, but he is a main eventer by himself. So that's where my head is at. I'm obviously giving it a lot of grace. My initial reaction was this was a horrible mistake. The more I've thought about it, the more I am like, though, if there's one guy that can get away with doing this, if there's one guy that can actually pull this off, it is Hangman Page. We'll see. That being said, we will see if it is indeed. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. But we'll see how far they get with that. What's up, Caracol? Good to see you, my man. Omer, is there a chance that Hangman could win the title and maybe be building a story of Will Ospreay versus Hangman 2 and get his win back because that story makes sense? I could see, sure, but I do think that in Wembley Stadium, a place they are trying to sell a considerable amount of tickets. They're not going to sell 80,000 like they did the first time they ran it, but I think they want to get to, a comfortable number around 50,000, which is where they were last time. I think the match you do there is, for me, the big money match is Omega versus Ospreay 3. I don't think that's what they're going to end up doing. You could make the argument that is what they should be doing, but we'll see. Where have you been? You're gone and AEW starts cooking. Not sure if I'm glad you're back. Amen. Listen, I'm back. I was back earlier this week. AEW cooked tonight. I have been cooking over at Wrestle Vibes, though. YouTube.com/Wrestle Vibes. But yeah, no. Just been very busy. Still very busy. But had to get a stream in. What do you think about Punk Roman's feud? I think it's cooking. I think it's getting there. I think it was really good. And then, this week I didn't really care for the Uso stuff. I don't understand why Jay was, nonchalant, didn't care like an hour before the Punk Uso segment, and then suddenly went into his, what are you doing? Like you see, got all big. I was like, whoa. Jay basically told me he didn't care. But I have loved the Punk Roman stuff has been fantastic. It's been like one of the only things leading up to Mania that I've truly locked in on. I'm going MJF all day. He's literally my only reason to watch this company. Shout out to MJF. I think the money match is MJF Will 3. That's the second one that I think people will point to. That's like most certainly the second one that people will point to. If we're going by like strictly like, which match is gonna sell tickets? It's Omega Ospreay. It's Omega Ospreay at Wembley Stadium. That's the match everyone wants to see. The big rubber match that everyone is locked in on. But yeah. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. What are your opinion on Seth Rollins and the Masked Man? Dog shit. I hated it. WCW 2000 level dog shit. I hate it. And I don't say this lightly. I've always been very against this idea that, everything bad in wrestling got compared to WCW 2000. Yeah, that segment where Rollins put the mask on and they were like all jumbling around, that was some carny Southern pro wrestling like Turner ass shit right there. Some Turner ass 2000 that was bad. It was really bad. And look at who he's feuding with. Logan Paul and Austin Theory. They should have just brought up Ricky Starks. Like, they deadass should have brought up Ricky Starks and just had him join the Vision. Like this entire storyline with the Vision is cheeks. Absolute dog cheeks. Dynamite has been on a roll. Yes, it has. Wall Street Money, welcome back. I watched your Monday live. My AEW sounds cool, but I still have Triller this month. I mean, you're only going to have Triller for so long. I do think this might be the nail in the coffin for Triller. Like, they already had a lot of solvency issues before this as a business. I don't know if they're going to be able to survive this internationally. Especially AEW giving away their pay-per-views for $10 a month. I don't know what's going to happen to them. They're all students in his school. I mean, it's cool. Good for him. Good for him. And good for them. I'm glad they're getting paid. I genuinely mean that. It's as far as television goes, it is bad, in my view. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, though. Even if you disagree, hit that like button. Let's go to this Cody thing real quick, and we'll get back to Dynamite in a sec. I did want to talk about this Cody thing, because Cody did an interview, and this clip is going kind of viral. This was an interview with Complex, the Graps boys. So shout out to the Graps boys over there at Complex. So Cody, our boy, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, did an interview where he was talking about Mania 42. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Some names on a sheet of some potential guests that is really, really exciting for a WrestleMania, for me particularly. But yeah, bell to bell, I think they're going to get one of the better Manias, if not the best Mania of all time. And in addition to that, the community of, and not to sound sappy, the community that is WWE. I always ask people at the end of the night, is this your first show? You know, and so many people raise their hands, or young kids. The community that is WWE is growing up together. Again, we talked about like the on-location stuff, but not just that. WWE World and everything that happens all week. What a better place to do it than Vegas, right? Like just some names.
Yeah, what a better place to do it than one of the most expensive cities to go visit, Las Vegas, Nevada. All right. So in that clip, Cody said a couple of things, and the big takeaway that everyone's pointing to immediately is his promise that he thinks that this is going to be one of the best Manias bell to bell. He thinks this is he said, again, he predicted this has the chance to be the greatest bell-to-bell WrestleMania ever. And understanding that you got to hype up a show, understanding this is supposed to be one of, if not your biggest shows of the year, understanding that pro wrestlers got to sell the pay-per-view. No one gets that more than I do. Trust me. Cody knows what he's doing when he says something like that. And if he doesn't, I don't believe it. He has to know what he's doing when he says something like that. He understands that it is going to rile up a bunch of people online, but it's also going to rally WWE hardcore fans and WWE state media, right? So my reaction to this is like pretty tempered, because I don't think Cody actually believes that. And if he does, I mean, again, getting Wall Street Money in the chat is correct. What is Raheem smoking? But for me, right, like, when I think the best bell-to-bell Manias of all time, I'm looking at what they have planned for this Mania. Shout out to Liv versus Stephanie. It's probably going to be a very good match, if not a great match. Shout out to Rhea and Jade Cargill. Shout out to CM Punk and Roman. I'm sure that's going to be a spectacular segment. Shout out to Cody versus Randy. Like, you have a lot of big stars facing each other. That is fine. Understood. Okay. Nothing about those matches outside of perhaps Stephanie and Liv am I looking at as like, oh, this is going to be like that bell-to-bell banger? I would have said the Americanos match, but apparently they're running it on Raw next week or something. I don't get, like again, I think Cody's selling a pay-per-view. I don't think he actually means this. I think it's, like he's working us. That's his job. He's supposed to do that. But for anyone to seriously think that this is bell to bell going to be one of the greatest Manias ever, or the greatest, I think is just asinine. I mean, like, dog, this on paper, this doesn't even beat like Mania 2 years ago. This doesn't even beat Mania. Mania 39 may have been one of the best Manias of all time, bell to bell, and also just in general. Like, Mania 38, bell to bell, was a fantastic show. So I'm sitting here, I'm going through like the list of Manias in my head that Cody is trying to put up there with this one. Of course, we will see what happens on what is it, April 19th, April 18th. But I am not convinced that WrestleMania Las Vegas, is going to be this all-time level banger show. Because on paper, those banger matches, bell-to-bell matches, are not there. I love CM Punk versus Roman. I'm hyped for the build. I'm not looking at that match and I'm saying, like, that's going to be a 5-star banger. I'm not looking at Cody versus Randy and thinking that's going to be a 5-star banger. It could be. It has, but they're old. A lot of these guys, like, let's be honest here. On the men's side, there's the issue of these guys are old. 40 plus, most of them. Cody's getting there. So, excuse me if I am a little bit uneasy about claiming that this is going to be one of the greatest Manias bell to bell. Stephanie versus Liv, I could see that being a banger. That is one match. Jade Cargill versus Rhea, my expectations for that are tempered. Let's be honest. And, again, it's frustrating for people to look at that and be like, oh, I actually believe it because it's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. I hope he's right. It's going to be a great Mania. But as fans, we're not optimistic because what happened in the past year. So you better make sure the creative journey is good to get fans excited. I don't think it has been. I think the creative journey for one match has been very good. That's CM Punk and Roman Reigns. The issue you run into is it feels like that's the only match that people are hyped for. The issue you run into is it doesn't feel like they are giving that same level of creativity and creative to other matches. It feels like, as PTA just noted in the chat, CM Punk is single-handedly carrying Mania because that's the only storyline they're focused on, and Roman half the time is gone. This is WrestleMania. The showcase of the Immortals. The thing we've all been told for years is the most important show of the year. The thing that we have been trained and ingrained in us that this is where storylines end. This is the Super Bowl for wrestling. This is everything. And it doesn't feel like it anymore. WrestleMania is no longer WrestleMania. The last time I was genuinely had that feeling that I was excited for Mania, that this felt like a WrestleMania was going into Mania 39. Even going into Mania 40, because that was the first Mania I ever attended live, I had that feeling. So we'll say Mania 40, right? I did not have that same feeling last year. Maybe it's because my disillusionment with the WWE TKO product. Maybe it's because it didn't feel like, and I think WWE state media didn't really bat an eye when people were saying this last year. It didn't feel like WWE really built up Mania to be anything at all last year. And we're seeing the same stuff happen this year, if not on a worse scale. On a worse scale. So, like, I'm sitting here, and I'm just like, when are we going to get to Mania being Mania again? Because right now it's not. And it's not going to happen next year. It's Saudi Mania. Blood Money Mania is not going to make a difference. Punk versus Roman promos sound like forced hell, fake heat. No, I mean, no, there's, I mean, I like it. Like, there's real heat there. Real heat there. Cody, go out there and tell everyone it's going to be the best Mania ever. Yeah. Oh, Cody, okay. Don't you think Roman should have given more dates? It's up to WWE to like allocate those dates a lot of times. They could have worked out. They could have paid him. They could have paid him and just been like, hey, bro, come on. We need you for Mania. We need you every Raw for Mania. But that's not where they are. WCW 2000 or Raw 2026? Oh, Raw 2026. Here's the thing. That was one segment that I compared to WCW 2000. No. WCW 2000. I need to do a series where I like watch WCW 2000 with some of y'all, because I don't think you can fully grasp how bad it was. I just had one segment was that bad. Like, it is genuinely the worst bottom of the barrel you can have from a major professional wrestling company on TV. It made TNA and some of the gobshite shit that they were doing like in the mid 2000s seem like a cakewalk. Like, TNA would have won an Emmy compared to that. And of course, Usos had to get involved. Get that show off my screen. I mean, like, look, man. They someone's got to be a stand-in for Roman. Someone's got to be a stand-in for Roman. Although Punk did give some really good points in that promo. He did bring up some really good points. He's like, Roman never apologized to you guys. Why are you all still glazing him? Drew got screwed. He feels like such an afterthought. I feel so sorry for him. This is what it was going to be. That's just a case in point. The original match, according to reports, was supposed to be Roman and Cody. Cody lobbied heavily to drop the belt to Drew and do a program with Randy. Cody got his way. You could make the argument that Cody out-politic Roman, and you'd probably be right. When is Ethan Page leading the New Blood? Oh, God. No, please, no. Roman cooked Punk. Man, I just, please don't bring Larry up, man. I can't deal with that. I rarely watch WWE. Liv, Stephanie, and Punk are literally carrying this Mania, kicking and screaming. Yep. And they wonder why they've sold less than 40,000 tickets for Mania each night. Compare it to the build of Mania 40. Every match for WrestleMania 40 had a solid build, and now WrestleMania feels like a UFC pay-per-view, only there to see one match. Yeah, I mean, and if you look at like some of these UFC pay-per-views, like, who the fuck are you there to see? One of my biggest problems with UFC and why I've like fell out of that fandom is those cards used to be like the shit. Those cards and the way UFC used to build, they don't even have people fight anymore. I don't want Conor McGregor fighting, but this is like a good example of this, of like, you know, like a guy who like otherwise probably would be fighting, but like I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over Conor McGregor fighting because he was civilly found liable for a horrible act, one of the worst acts you could ever commit as a human fucking being. So fuck Conor McGregor. But at the same time, UFC is a company that employs a lot of shitbags and a lot of dirtbags, right? Conor McGregor has not fought since 2021, and he's been under UFC contract. John Jones has not fought in years, and he's still going to be under a UFC contract. And they're not, like, there's no incentive for them now, especially since they're now on Paramount, and they're now on CBS, and they're not going to need to sell pay-per-views in the traditional way they would. There's no incentive for UFC to go out there and try to make as big a fight as possible. They have guaranteed money on the table. Where's the new stars? You don't got them. Drew's filming a movie post-Mania, so I understand why he lost. I mean, that's not the reason he lost. It's not the reason he lost. This was always a temporary thing. This was always pitched as a temporary thing. It was never going to be a long-term thing. The reality is, Drew McIntyre is pegged at a certain level. He will never get to that main event level that he was in 2020 ever again, especially in this WWE environment. Cody might have been a better politician, but Punk and Roman are taking all of the materials for Cody. They made SmackDown the B show. Father references us to everything. You could talk Cody, Randy. Yeah, I mean, SmackDown's been treated like the B show ever since the Netflix debut. But Cody, I think Cody out-politicked Roman in that he does not have to job to Roman. And it's why, I'm of the opinion, I don't think this match is ever going to happen. The big rematch at WrestleMania, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Could it? Sure. But one person's going to have to agree to job. And these are, I love Cody. Roman is a hell of a politicker. But yeah, those guys are, it's going to be hard for one of them to take the pin. So Stand and Deliver will be streamed on YouTube. That's crazy. I have to watch that. Stand and Deliver NXT. Time to play the game. I'm the game. What we got here on the poll side. What do you think of AEW? You got 80% good, 7% bad, and 13% of you think that Dynamite was meh. 15 votes in. Keep voting. Keep hitting that like button. Let me know in the comment section, in the chat, what you guys want to talk about. If you guys want to leave a super chat, it's the best way to guarantee your question or statement is read on the air. Become a member. You can send me links. Let's look at the attendance here for this Sunday's pay-per-view, AEW Revolution, live from the Crypto.com arena. Fuck Crypto.com, though. They're set up currently for 10,800. Actually, this is as of a couple of days ago, so this number is definitely increased. Tickets distributed is sitting at 10,100. Last year, for reference, they had 11,600. They'll probably get somewhere within that range, just over 11,000 by the time the show rolls around. But, yeah. Do you think we having any debuts on the Battle Royal for the National Championship? It's possible. I just don't know who it would be. Dynamite was fire, but that press conference was a bit meh. I liked what they tried to do. It should have been way shorter. Two questions, and the brawl. That's what that should have been. 2 questions and the brawl. The crowd did not seem to enjoy it. I think, AEW probably thought, oh, look, we'll give him the brawl at the end, and they'll get hyped for that. But they did not seem to enjoy the fact that this was seemingly a backstage segment. Probably best next time to just do it on the entrance ramp or something. But yeah, it was a little bit weird for me too. I did like that question from, I forgot who it was, but the gentleman from Self-Made. Shout out to Self-Made, by the way. But the gentleman from Self-Made did a question where he asked, Hangman, what is your future without the AEW World Championship? And I thought that's something they're going to play back in promos for years to come. Do you think Triple H sees Cody as his guy and Roman as a Vince guy, and why he favors Cody more? I think he definitely sees Cody as one of his guys. I don't think he doesn't see Roman as one of his guys. I think the issue is Roman, in a way, kind of like Roman has the ability to go up to Hunter and be like, it doesn't work for me. In a way that Cody will actively choose not to, or choose to skirt around, kind of like he did this year. That's what I think the dynamic is more than anything. I meant Cody and Randy can't talk about Father Dusty. Oh, they're gonna talk about Dusty. I don't think Cody can have a Mania feud where they don't talk about Dusty. I heard there's an XTNA guy that's signed since September, but forgot his name. Oh, Asante the Adonis. Yeah, that's one of Swerve's old teammates from Hit Row. Like, maybe we get Asante the Adonis. You see Uncle Dave in the crowd? Did I see Uncle Dave? Did I? You mean this beautiful hunk of a man? Yes, I saw Uncle Dave in the crowd. Look at this. I love how he found, of all the people he could have found himself in shot with, it was Okada too. That's funny as hell. like look at like Uncle Dave just like gooning over Okada too. That's so funny. He's just like Uncle Dave with, also I gotta say, guys, Uncle Dave with his iPhone 6S. like look at this phone, guys. Look at this phone. Uncle Dave with his iPhone 6. Like I just love Dave Meltzer's like inability to just get with the times. Bro, use like a fax machine to call into his show sometimes. I think he's been working out. Oh no, y'all ain't hip. Uncle Dave's been jacked forever, dog. Dave Meltzer has been a big boy working out, doing it up in the gym for a minute. Nah. Hold up. Don't sleep on Dave Meltzer. Like, hold up. Look at this, guys. Come on. Dave Meltzer has been jacked for a minute, guys. Look at that. Look at this. Come on now. Don't call him Big Money Meltzer for no reason. Nah. Dave has always been jacked, bro. That's just reality. What do we got here? Oh, someone hold up. Someone just sent me a link off camera. Eric Bischoff, Tony Khan should hire Road Dogg immediately. What the Bruh. I should probably get Dave Meltzer jacked out of my search history. That's kind of weird. Hey man, shout out to Dave though. That's a handsome man. Do I want to go into the mud with this? Do I want to go into the mud with this, chat? Do I want to go into the mud with this? Okay, let me see. Listen. Well, I will hear Uncle Eric out on this. You will hear Uncle Eric out. I mean, I just Tony Khan should hire Road Dogg immediately. What? All right, man. Fuck no, Raj Giri is on that pod. All right, well, let's see if we can hear something, man. Let's see if we can hear something.
Had enough. Does this signal a paradigm shift in WWE with regard to management and TKO?
Hey, shout out to Kenny Baum paying the big home tax. Shout out to Kenny Baum for the $20 dono. What's up, Kenny? Good to see you, my man. Hope you're having. I saw you eating some meat earlier, bro. That's good. Meat is good, Kenny.
Oh, or is creative just such a monster that it just wears on you no matter who's in charge, Eric?
I think it's a little bit of both, but Road Dogg was actually let go in 2019 because I took a spot. That's when I was hired.
He came back though after that.
He came back after that. He came back really. I didn't last long. I only lasted 4 or 5 months.
Oh my God.
And they did bring Road Dogg back.
All right, hold up. No, I'm not gonna listen. I'm sorry. Like I can't listen to all of this. I'm just gonna find the part where he said he should go to AEW. I need to hear the reasoning behind this, dog. Because I just can't. I can't listen. This is like a 30. Sorry, well, it's a 60-minute long clip. It feels like 30 minutes. All right, where is this? All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, dog. All right, so this is him talking about. Road
Dogg is certainly somebody more than anybody else you mentioned. If I'm AEW and I'm kind of hanging on by a thread because I don't know what's going to happen corporately and where I'm going to fit in this new organization, the first thing I'd want to do is shore my numbers up, and the first guy I would go to would be someone like Road Dogg because he can help. He can help.
What?
thing I'd want to do is shore my numbers up, and the first guy I would go to would be someone like Road Dogg, because he.
If I'm AEW and I want to shore my numbers up, the first guy I want to call is Road Dogg. I did not know that weed was legal in Wyoming. Pretty sure that's where Eric Bischoff is from. I did not know that weed was legal in Wyoming. He's got to be smoking that good kush and alcohol. He's got to be. This is shit I've never even heard of. Trying to shore your numbers up with a guy who tanked Friday Night SmackDown. The guy who just went on, who was famously seemingly one of the scapegoats of WWE Unreal. He did not have a good showing on that show. I can't listen. Shout out Uncle Eric. I love WCW in '96. WCW '97, some of the best wrestling of all time. WCW '98, still pretty good. I'm gonna give you that. Eric, you hold that. You can hold that forever. This is a wild take. That's an insane take. This is a psychotic take. What, like, no. There's no universe where that's a realistic take. I can see why WCW lost. One pay-per-view in history you can go back to and watch live. I'll answer this in a second. You got Kenny Bomb, some good meat. Hey, man, I'll give you anyway. Bischoff sounds like a disgruntled ex-AEW employee. Kind of. We'll talk about the ceiling under in a sec. We did this trying to get Rhodey an AEW job bit the last time he was fired. Yeah, they did. Eric Bischoff should get off that pipe. Oh, no. Eric Bischoff is smoking something that is not healthy with his statement about Road Dogg going to AEW. I'm dumbstruck by this statement. My dog could book better than Road Dogg. This is rage bait. This is rage bait. And it succeeded, dog. This rage baited me better than Kenny Bomb did during our KTR days. Like this is actual like nonsensical. At least Kenny would mean most of the stuff that he would rage bait me with. Eric, there's no way he means this. There's no way in hell he means this. Outside of maybe getting his boy a job, ain't no way he actually means this bullshit. That's crazy work. That's insane work. My man said, fuck no Raj Jerry on that pod. Oh, man. One pay-per-view in history you could go back to and watch live. I would say this is a very difficult one. I'll stick to American pay-per-views because I know people get really mad. Oh, you brought in the All Japan or New Japan into this. Do. I'll stick to North American pay-per-views. Give me Starrcade 97. I would have loved to either Starrcade 97 or Bash at the Beach 96 or Mania X7. Those are my top three. Those are the ones I would have loved to have been at. Or All Out 21. I mean, so many. Why is there a ceiling with Drew? He has all of the tools. He's young. He's not that young. He can go. I mean, yes, he has all of the tools. He's just not perceived as you know. I'll put it like this. Within WWE's main event scene, there's like 3 layers, right? There's the, too over to ignore, but we don't really care contenders. That's where you get the LA Knights of the world. That's where you get, the maybe one day the Pentas of the world, like that kind of like they're just so over. They got to be there. Then that next tier is like solid main eventers. but not the main eventers. And this is where you put the Drew McIntyres of the world. This is where you put, and Jey Uso would be in that bottom tier as well. But this is where you put the, I think, Jacob Fatu's of the world. That's where he's going to be at. And then you have, at the tippy top, Roman, Cody, Randy, Punk, Gunther. The guys who are actually going to hold these belts. Damian Priest is another guy I think is in that category with Drew. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, he should hire Road Dogg. And then I said, should I Road Dogg? Starcade 97, knowing what's going to happen. Yeah, no, even knowing what's going to happen. I just want to see Sting's entrance. That was one of my favorite entrances ever. WWE had Road Dogg defend the release of R-Truth from the business standpoint on WWE Unreal, so the fix was in. Yeah, probably. Revolution 24. Oh, Sting's last match. Yep, that was great. $40,000 for WrestleMania just to get a Roman Funko Pop. Is that a thing? Are they giving out Roman Funko Pops for people who have VIP tickets? That's insane, dog. That's insane. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Man, what a wild world we live in, people. Boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, people of all genders. What a wild world we live in. People giving out Funko Pops for $40,000 tickets, dog. Go buy a car. You could put a down payment on a house. Buy some real estate. The economy's going to shit. Take advantage of it while you still can, dog. This is me. I'm a communist saying that. That's crazy. Communist. Oh, we got a Fightful Select report on Will Ospreay. We got a Fightful Select report on Will Ospreay. Y'all want it? Y'all want it? Y'all want it? Here we go. FightfulSelect.com. Will Ospreay is taking steps towards an in-ring return. He has been working out in the ring ahead of AEW shows, and the optimism is building for a potential spring return. Yep. This is consistent with everything we've heard. I would very much expect him to be involved in the Double or Nothing Owen Hart Cup. One thing I will say, shout out to Tony Schiavone. Bro, we got to get him off commentary, man. I love Tony as a person. Listen, I like Tony. I think he's got, some staying power in AEW. Shout out to him for that. We got to get him out of commentary, my guy. That's what we don't need. I would want to go to Victory Road 2011. That's insane. That's insane. Victory Road 2011. Oh, that's the one where Jeff Hardy was unable to compete because he was under the influence, and that's where Eric Bischoff crashed out on him in the ring. Oh, that's an insane show. I want to go back and watch. WrestleMania Saudi cannot happen now with what is happening in the world. We'll see. A lot can happen in the year. We live in a weird dimension where Iran is a good guy. Thank you, Trump. Oh yeah, Caracol, are you okay? Are you? Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Omar, give me your favorite episode of Dark Side of the Ring documentary series. It's hard to have a favorite of those, I would say, because it is such a depressing series for the most part. There were some really optimistic ones. The ones I love the Collision in Korea one. I thought that one was really good. They really rarely miss, but I think Collision in Korea was good. I really liked the I just from my own curiosity and stuff like that. I love the Bruiser Brody one. I love the one they did on what's his name? The Sheik. Let me see. What other ones would I recommend? Oh, the Fabulous Moolah one is actually one you have to see if you have not seen it. It will change your entire perspective on Fabulous Moolah. Must watch here. The Gino Hernandez one was really sad. Like, a lot of these are really sad. That's a good one. Brawl for All is a fun one. It's just a bunch of former WWE legends crashing out on each other, and it's great. This might actually be my favorite. Like, I mean, it's sad, but it's insane. Cocaine and Cowboy Boots, the Herb Abrams story, and the story of Herb Abrams and the UWF. That was an insane one. The ones that I think are like, you know, like just the best as far as like the production and everything, and like the story they tell and the impact. Certainly watch the Benoit one. Certainly watch the Final Days of Owen Hart. And I would also recommend the Brian Pillman one as well in that same vein. Bash at the Beach 2000 was good too. That was a good one. Magnum TA was a good one too. Shout out to Magnum TA. That was a good one. Terry Gordy. Oh, that was a tough one to watch too. That was a tough one to watch. Oh, so many, bro. They've done so many. I didn't even watch this last season. I think the only one I watched was out of this, I watched Ludwig Borga, I watched Big Van Vader, and I watched the Sheik one. So I actually have to catch up on some of these. I don't know if they're doing another season of this. They might be. Probably, I mean, have the ratings been dog shit? I guess we don't know. I mean, they seem to be, they're on the decline there. We'll see. Still recovering, still might need surgery, but besides that, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and I'm not going to All In this year. Oh, that's sad. Well, I hope you recover well. I hope everything is all right with you, my man. Bash at the Beach 2000, the funniest Dark Side of the Ring. I loved Eric, Russo, and Hogan. It was so funny. Yeah, everyone's got a different story. Jeff Jarrett, too. Candido one was also good. Yep. New Jack one, another one. Again, they rarely miss. I don't think they're. I can't really think of one that I did not wasn't interested in that I watched. Like, yeah, no, I don't think there was one I wasn't interested in. Maybe the Montreal Screwjob one, because I wasn't that story's been told ad nauseum at this point. That may have been like the only one where I was like, oh, well, brother, here we go. Becoming Warrior too. Again, a story as old as time. Like, people already knew that story. I don't know if they're making new ones. I don't know. I am gonna try to get if they are. I'm gonna try to get an interview with the people who do it, the directors. Yeah, Evan and Jason. I've seen some of the podcasts you go on. You could definitely go on this one, dog. Yeah. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. What do you think about Eric as a performer? I loved him. Eric Bischoff? Oh, he's a fantastic on-screen performer. I think, like, as an on-screen character, he's very good. Booker, mind for the business. I think his best is past him. There's a reason why he was kind of in and out of WWE pretty quickly in 2019. Kyle did mog MJF. He frame maxed, he mogged. Bro, actually, Clavicular would have been so proud. Big Daddy Clav would have been so proud of him. You guys got anything else? What do you think of Benoit as a performer? I used to love him. I I've said this before. When I was growing up, Benoit was like my favorite. Yeah, I mean, I think like he made pro wrestling feel real, like with what he was doing. But like, I mean, it's just I like when I see him now, I just think of he's a murderer. He's a cold-blooded killer. And like he killed his family. He killed his son, murdered his son in cold blood, murdered his wife, strangled her to death. That's what I see when I see him now. Like it's just you can't get over it. It's hard. To be honest, UK has been a bit of a disappointment when it comes to Palestine and Iran. I don't even know if I should get back. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a disappointment. I mean, but again, I had no faith in like Starmer to begin with. I always knew that he was like a shit lib, but yeah, I mean, Starmer, like I never expected Starmer to do anything. He's always been like, even the stuff he did with Palestine Action, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, not what are you doing? Again, it's expected. But I mean, it is crazy because he's like, he was like the lawyers for people who did similar things back in the day. It's crazy. Yeah. When are you gonna start Aura Maxing, Omer? I don't know. Probably after Ramzan, inshallah. NXT next week will be Booker T Appreciation Night. Could we see Trick, Oba, maybe even Stephanie back in NXT? Stephanie back in NXT just to do the thing would be crazy. That would be an insane thing to do. Give your opinion on Conrad Thompson with his multiple podcasts. He's very good faith analyst in your view. Yeah, I love Conrad. I think, you know, he's very fair when it comes to professional wrestling. Especially like 2017 when his podcast network first launched. I loved the Bruce Pritchard show. I used to listen to it every week. I loved the Grill and JR back in the day. I think now it's just kind of like they're just reviewing shows and like it's less like giving insight and like these like, you know, kind of like, oh, spicy stories and all that. And a lot of it is kind of like the good stuff has already been kind of told, and that's really what the podcasts were for me. But yeah, shout out to him. MJF called Conrad chicken tits. That's crazy. Starmer is kind of making me a commie. Well, already there, dog. Already there. Oh man. That's not an endorsement either. I want to be clear. I just like to read. That's not even I haven't even gotten to that. I don't even know what they're about. Right now I'm still reading Bolivar. The Liberator of Colombia. Shout out to Bolivar. Oh man. What else is going on, guys? Ooh. Yeah, I do need to start Aura Maxing. Like I'm not Aura Maxing right now. Who's your favorite Aura farmer in WWE? Right now, I mean, Trick is Trick's Aura farming is just amazing. I mean, Romans, I'm getting kind of tired of Romans, to be honest with you. I'm getting kind of tired of Romans. Give me Trick, give me Rhea. Yeah. Give me Dom when he's on. Love it. So no need to tell you to read theory. Oh, dog, yeah, you don't. I'm good. You read? What are some of your books you're into right now? So right now I'm about a quarter of the way through this Bolivar book. Again, he's like the Liberator of Colombia. So far, like I'm learning a lot. This is like a part of history that like I haven't really gotten into. I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. Like, a lot of it is like really like history and, you know, like either memoirs. Born a Crime by Trevor Noah is a really good one that I just read, or that I have just reread. I always, like, every 2 years reread the Malcolm X autobiography because it's one of the greatest books ever written in my view. What else? Seven Pillars of Wisdom was a long ass book that I finished over a couple of years. That was a good read. Yeah, and then some books on the genocide in Palestine too. Consider myself a European progressive, but maybe it's not enough. Hey man, listen. I think I don't care what people call themselves. I as long as you're not like, anyway, as long as you're not like hoping babies get like blown up, I think we're all on the same team. But yeah, I don't know. I'm reading this. I read every day like this book on on Rumi's poetry. I didn't know you were such a history buff. Yeah. I am a nerdy, progressive, professional wrestling history buff. It's what I do. It's just my thing is like, what's better? It's like, I like history books. I'm reading Napoleon a Life. Just don't watch the shitty movie about Napoleon. Ridley Scott someone throw him under the jail, bro. Throw Ridley Scott under the jail. That Napoleon movie was so bad. But yeah, I read about Napoleon like I think 10 years ago at this point. It's been a while. Do I still have a Napoleon book? No. I have Charlie Wilson's War. Oh, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks is a great one. The movie was terrible. Napoleon was Napoleon was a dog shit movie. What a waste of like 3 hours of my life, dog. It's still not the worst movie I've ever seen. The worst film I've ever seen is Dragon Ball Evolution. I will die on this hill. Like, genuinely. That is the biggest waste of time I have ever had. Like, I just I fucking hated Dragon Ball Evolution. I fucking hated Dragon Ball Evolution. That's the only movie that I've gone to the ticket booth after and demanded my money back. And like inquired, how do I do it? How do I get my money back? Because this movie was not worth like the $11.25 that I paid. I love how like we've started a late night book club over here. What books are y'all reading? You read books of Thomas? I don't know who that is. I was reading Sisyphus from Albert Camus. Cool. Freaking nightmare called the Trump second term. Yeah, dog. Listen, that's life in fascist America, circa 2026, 2027, and into 2028. Our best hope is Gavin Newsom. We're so cooked. It's okay. We'll get through this together as we always do. Rah rah America. Godly. Anyway, what else we got, guys? I only got a couple more minutes and I'm gonna head out. Oh, Kenny Omega was at Capcom Cup 12. Let's see. He was kicking it off apparently. Oh, shout out to my boy Adam Friedland. Oh, but was this the new? Oh, this is the Mark Cuban interview. Never mind. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, we gotta. The timeline.
Capcom 12 Day 2 Kaimaku Capcom Cup Start!
Shout out to our GOAT, Kenny Omega. Shout out to my GOAT, Kenny Omega. Omer should go to a WWE shop. I've been to a WWE shop. I went to one with Brian and Kenny Baum in December. Everything was expensive. You saw one battle after another. I I understand why people thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed certain elements of it. I think there's a lot of stalling in that movie, though. My country is not doing much better when it comes to deplorables rising to power. At least we have it. At least we have AEW, baby. You're damn right. Wednesday, Dynamite, Collision, Saturday. They got my AEW. Now you can watch everything for $10 a month. Revolution, Sunday. I'm very tired, guys. Okay. Guys, this is a fun stream. Thank you for the late night unexpected book club. We'll do it again next time. Be sure to smash that thumbs up. Share this podcast. Share this link with people that you love. People who you know love professional wrestling. Let them know. New era, new me. New era, same me, same shit, different time. I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe, by the way, to youtube.com/WrestleVibes. Been cooking over there. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool new content up there. Please go check that out. It's my side project. I think some of you would probably come over from there, so shout out to y'all. Until next time, hope everyone has a wonderful night. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hope everyone stays wonderful throughout the week. I'm Big Ohm. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real. Bye, guys.